Guys, have you heard about the girl that got stabbed in the train?
Sadly, my mom was telling me about her this afternoon.
You
I
wouldn't
was
guess.
chilling on the couch and I heard mumbles about it, but I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well, this girl, I assume she came out of work and she's going home. She goes in the train and she sits, as a normal citizen in the train. And there was a man behind her, and they say that he was homeless. And basically, she just has her headphones on and she's looking at her phone. Out of nowhere in the video, all you see is the homeless get up and start stabbing her from the back. And you wouldn't guess how many people were in there. Guess how many?
I saw some clips, so I want to say like at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's tragic. I don't know.
There was 5 people.
What did they
Near.
do?
They did
just
nothing.
watched.
Yeah.
So she's over there gushing out blood.
Because
and
she's
they're
in
just
shock.
watching.
She's in shock, and so she's bleeding, but she's in shock, and she can't speak, I assume. And other people were just watching and didn't do anything. They didn't even go up to the girl to check up on her or anything.
Young woman was in her early 20s. She was getting out of work, and it happened in North Carolina. The individual who performed the crime, he actually has history of stealing and committing certain abuses towards his own sister as well. And allegedly he also has mental problems, so right now he's being evaluated for that. Because I think there was an incident where he also attacked his sister, but the sister didn't want to take like she didn't want to accuse him or something because it was her brother, and she was worried about like the consequences that he would have to face. But he was currently homeless, and the woman was actually from Ukraine, and they came from Ukraine fleeing, the war. It's tragic that after work, she just gets on the train and this happens to her. This happened in August.
That's awful.
And the mayor of the city was criticized because the statement that they publicized about the tragedy was kind of more focused on mental health issues and the person who did it, and versus like the victim. And so people were criticizing that. I feel like other public figures commented on the tragedy, if I'm correct, and they were also criticizing the situation because they're like, how is this not national news or making headlines? And it is interesting because I just heard about it this week, and I think the reason we're hearing about it is because these people with like bigger platforms are talking about it now.
TikTok.
Yeah, and on TikTok as well, I started seeing the video circulating. But usually for like local stories, especially if the family doesn't make noise, you won't really necessarily hear about it. But it is tragic.
But if you said that you read that the sister already knew that he had mental health issues and it's somewhere in a report like that in the police station, that's when it's the police duty to call. Isn't there like facilities for mental health people?
Yeah.
And the sister should have taken action right there, because those are the consequences, like to put them in the mental health hospital before another tragedy happens.
Yeah, the problem is that a lot of times these families, they might not have the money to be paying for hospital cares or anything.
You really have to pay for a family member to go in there.
And so a lot of times that's why they also go and become homeless.
Well, if you guys were in that bus, what would you have done?
Honestly, whenever
allegedly says that the reason he did it was because in his head, like he hears voices, so they're saying that he could be schizophrenic. And on top of that, he said that she was listening to what he was saying in his head or something.
That's crazy. I've actually
seen
a movie about
has claimed that he has a chip in his head and the government put it in him.
Damn.
If I was in that situation, I don't know, it's pretty...
I do know.
Shocking, because I want to say that I would react and try to do something, like maybe throw something at the person stabbing. But the thing is, like, one, nobody was expecting it.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's on their phones or headphones.
If he has a knife and you have no weapon, I find it hard unless, like, a group of people try to do something about it, like, to actually be able to stop it. Maybe I don't know,
honestly,
I want to say, because like, you know, the bystander effect, like in psychology, where they say that when you see something or you hear something in a crowded place, nobody pays attention to it and you just keep going. I feel like that's what happened here.
Yeah. The woman next to her that got stabbed, she literally saw him stab the woman, and she went like that when the guy got up. So she didn't even try to trip the dude or anything. But
she saw him with the knife in his hand.
And he walked away. Yeah, like he got up.
And we don't, I mean, they say the article that I read that the crime rate in that area has been down. But like, if you were growing up back in the 90s when there's a lot of gang activity, if somebody's rolling up in the car with a gun, you're not going to go up to them to try to stop them from shooting.
Like I feel like
you
it's
would
easy
hide.
to judge, but I feel like the majority of people wouldn't have done anything.
Everybody on TikTok was saying
except like protect themselves.
Yeah, unless they have like some
they
training
did in the video. It
if
shows
I had
everybody
training,
protecting themselves.
I'm sorry. Like I have to reiterate. Like I think women wouldn't do anything.
There was men there too.
And what did they do?
Nothing.
They like you said, they were gonna protect themselves. That's what you see in the video. They protected themselves.
So they didn't get up and...
No, like only one of the men got up. But when the guy who stabbed the girl, when he got up, and the other person got up, he like went like that because the guy got up with the knife and walked off. But
so the guy that did all the stabbing, he just walked away.
Yeah.
And he got off the bus and just catched
I
it.
assume it was a train. But what I would have done,
I guess from then the priority is the girl.
Yeah.
But like if you see someone like continuously stabbing, like I don't think I would just sit there and watch.
Yeah.
It's a complex situation because you don't know what is happening. Yeah, it is. Like if it's gang violence and stuff, it's like, but honestly, it's not justifiable what he did regardless, but I'm just saying, like,
first of all, when I go in a bus or in a train, I do not sit behind people. I try not to sit behind people. And usually when I go in these buses or trains, whatever it is, public transportation, I'm always with somebody, like with my sister or cousins, and we're always aware of our surroundings, and we always try to sit not near people.
Well, here's
like not behind
I always sit
people.
Where the old ladies sit. And like
you never ride the bus.
Dude,
I'll ride an Uber if I have to. But
Ubers are also not that safe, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw this new feature that Uber is now you're able to pick if you want a female driver.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick that every time.
If you don't feel safe with
I don't feel safe with guys. I'm gonna pick a woman driver all the time.
The only thing I've noticed about women, I've only gotten one woman Uber driver, and she was very talkative. Like I could tell she didn't like silence. Whenever I go into a guy's car, it always reeks of like I don't know what. If it could be smoke, like they've smoked before driving
probably
or something.
You know, a couple of days ago, I think it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was just going to the storage, and then on my way back, this was like early, I saw a guy. He it looked like he had normal work clothes. He was just laying down in front of the church. Like he was just laying down like that. And then I'm like, I don't know why, but it just didn't feel right. I was like, should I check up on him? But then I'm like, you know how LA is. Like people are drug addicts and homeless men. Like I'm just gonna leave it. And I just drove home, and then the ambulance comes by. But this was like at least 5 hours later, because I saw him in the morning, and by midday, and mind you, when I was turning, some people at the church were opening their doors, and they saw him, and then they turned back around and went inside. So like, imagine all the people that, if he's in a life and death situation, and we're just like casually walking by and not paying him any mind. Well, it's kind of like the same thing with that girl. It's your favorite taquero here with my beloved sisters. And this is the 15th episode of Guac and
Chippies. You know what I've noticed though, when I do a catering event with Isaura, it tends to be more challenging for me to focus on live streaming or doing any social media content, because I'm so focused on trying to do the best I can.
The past couple of weeks, Joselyn and Rhode have been catering their own gigs, We've been booking out on Saturdays. So they have been catering to massive amounts of people. And last week, they received a 5-star review from one of the gigs that they catered to. Ladies, how have you guys felt about being on your own, essentially, without your brother?
The pressure's on.
Massive is a little too extreme. It's a big deal. It's I've catered a bunch of events already, you know, with my dad, my brother, and other individuals. And I feel like myself, with whoever I've gone to, we haven't gotten a 5-star review, so it's pretty powerful. It just means Ismael's going to make us keep catering our own events, and I don't know how I feel about that, because I get a lot of anxiety and a lot of
Best believe the next
pressure.
weekend that we only have one gathering, I'm going to send you two to do it.
Oh, no.
What about you, Lilo?
Well, it feels pretty good doing our own gig alone, but it's kind of scary, and I'm always nervous. And that's why I sometimes forget to put up the live. Reading that review really brought tears to my eyes.
Aww.
Really? Aw, that's funny.
But
I know what you mean.
yeah.
Like to this
reaction to
day,
me.
I still remember like the first clients that I catered to, and also because you know Fernando's catering for the longest time ever. It's always been like my dad, you know, and me helping out. And so the first clients that I acquired where they were only been exposed to me, like I still remember them. And if I go back to high school, I still remember the parties that I catered by myself or with the help of my mother. When dad was doing other parties, like I would go to cater my own, but I was a junior in high school, and it was cool. Like, isn't it like the responsibility? You guys don't like it, or is it scary, or?
I think because I don't interact with a lot of humans. And I
You
only
just sounded so emo.
I just interact with my siblings. When going to the gig, I feel nervous to see people.
For me, it's a lot of pressure, and I feel like because in my head I've seen how my dad has fulfilled the services and how great he was at what he did, and he also excelled in it. I'm self-conscious, and I found that I lacked a lot of confidence when I'm behind the grill. So I've had to work on building that. And to me, you know, being able to get a review, I didn't expect it. So I don't think I processed it at all. And I was always scared of getting underrated.
Yeah.
Like them doing like a 1-star or something.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't like something. So I'm always like paranoid, and I was gonna tell my brother. It was funny because that weekend I was gonna tell my brother, "Oh, you're not gonna send us anymore once we get like a 1-star or something." And so no, we got the 5-star. Thank you. That means a lot. And I think, you know, people are usually like pretty surprised when my sister and I roll up in the truck or a U-Haul. It's been a U-Haul lately. Like the first few times it was a U-Haul because of the terrible tragic accident my brother got into. And being able to, you know, I felt a little self-conscious because I was rolling up in a U-Haul. It looks a little unprofessional.
It stank.
And it stank. No, the U-Haul stank. No, I washed it, but, you know how people like previously use it and sometimes they don't take care of it. So, but anyways, so showing up and then having to unload everything. A lot of times people are like, "Oh, do you need help in anything? I can help you bring down the grill." Or, they're a lot more helpful, or they're a lot more concerned. And so sometimes it is nice if, you know, they're able to help us and stuff, but like,
Do you guys feel like you're underestimated?
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
So how are the vibes when you guys are about to start servicing?
When we first get there, they look like curious, and then in some gigs, and then in other gigs, they're like, "Oh no!" Like,
Yeah,
They
you
see
have
us
to,
and
first of
they're
all,
like,
you
"Oh,
have to
no."
understand what you're walking into. So, number one, I wouldn't send you guys to a party unless I knew you guys were ready for it. And there's also like a process. Jocelyn's already well versed in seeing how it's done.
I'm multi-talented.
Yeah, so I just give her a couple pointers, and she's able to cater parties by herself now, but we are considered a high ticket, right? So especially the client where you guys went to, they go out of their way to hire us so that nothing bad happens. And essentially, we are the vendor that people use when they want to impress their guests and they just want something a little above, something a little better than what the market has to offer. I personally don't understand why they underestimate you guys, but I can understand why a client may feel some type of way when they don't see me show up.
I think a lot of times they underestimate us because they feel that I've gotten that I look young, even though I don't.
Yeah, 100%.
Always feel as young. And it happened this weekend too because he was like, oh, so I heard Fernando passed away, and he was like the original owner of the business. Was he your grandpa? I was like, oh, I didn't get mad. I thought it was funny. I was flattered because I've never gotten that. So every time we've showed up to an event, they're like, oh, look, these two young women are going to cater our event. So I think it's that. And then also when they see the equipment, it looks heavy. The way my brother has improved the equipment throughout the years has been easy for whoever's working to be able to like move things around. So it's just about pushing it, like bringing it towards you and then adding like the legs and bringing it down. So
yeah, on Saturday when I catered with my friend, when they did their own gathering, I invited my friend to come out and help me. We arrived and then I started unloading and he was like, what do you need help with? I was like, brother, just chill there and just watch. And it's literally like you just slide things off the truck, like, and it's like Tetris, and then you just push it. As long as you don't have to go through like dirt.
Legos.
Yeah, like Legos, exactly. Like dirt or stairs. And it's like a clean passageway to our setup location. Like, it is so easy. Like, so easy. But I definitely, yeah. I remember the first few times, actually, where Joselyn had to cater. Because back then, she never did. But sometimes I overbooked by accident, right? So I had more clients than I probably should have. And I would send her with the older equipment where you actually had to, carry things. Right. And what is something that you said, Lilo, that you notice when Jocelyn gets behind a girl?
What I've said a lot. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's
Didn't you say, like,
she
she
gets
starts shaking?
nervous. Yeah.
So
well, that
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would start shaking, and it's because to me it's like I never intended to be a chef or to be a taquera behind the grill or serving.
I would be shaking too.
Because I've always recognized that, it takes talent. And I know Ismael might, I don't know if he agrees with me. I don't know if you agree with me, but
our system, very clear. Very important to say. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it takes talent because, first of all, like if you don't know how to season things properly, just cooking simple rice. When I first started and my parents would like leave to do other things abroad, I started cooking the rice and I had an idea because I would see it, but it's not the same as doing it. Yeah. The problem is establishing like measurements and guidelines and rules to follow, like a step by step. I feel like that's something that for some time has not been enforced.
In general, I think our service
good,
is very good. If it's very consistent. Obviously, there are days where certain things happen. So, for example, 2 weeks ago, I made a fresh batch of the al pastor marinade, so the adobo, and it just looked darker than normal, but I was like, I think that's cool. And then I marinated all the meats for that weekend, and as I was cooking them, I tried a piece, just one single piece, and I was like, oh, that works. But we went to the party, and it was like most people, they still enjoyed the food. But whenever I tried one taco, the condiment was so overbearing to me. Like, it had way too much. And I essentially had to go back and dilute it. But yeah, it's just a matter of understanding, what goes in the sauce. And that's why it's important for you to have control over what you put into your own proteins. And so after trying an al pastor taco, I was like, okay, I need to go back and add more to it, and I fixed it. And then that weekend, the al pastor was phenomenal, and it was getting a ton of compliments. And it was actually the weekend where
It was
you
so
guys,
good.
yeah.
That episode was so good.
Do you have any other accomplishments in your career this past year that you're proud of?
It's unfortunate that some things I just can't really talk about.
Mm.
But one thing I should say is working less.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's oftentimes
You guys are
Often-
messed up.
oftentimes that's not something to be proud of. But like we are at year 2 where it's like it's chill. You know what I mean? We have a couple days, a couple weeks where it can get highly involved, but in general, we're just doing less volume.
Mm.
And I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. I've also noticed that, ever since the car crash happened, we've had even less gigs, but like I just haven't been leaving the house. I've been moody. At first, I was moody because I was like, oh man, everything hurts. I just want to lay in bed. And the first 2 weeks, I swear something different was hurting, and it was just so annoying. Then after that, like, I was like, oh, I can't go to the gym because the chiropractor and the doctors are saying not to go. So then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? And then on top of that, there wasn't that much work. It was just like once or twice a week that I was doing something. And so I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't leaving the house. And I feel like that just adds so much more weight. And just like doing any simple tasks it feels overwhelming. I'm slowly snapping out of that state. I'm actually proud of, so going back to what you said, accomplishment, not really business wise, but on a personal level. Like now we started going back to the gym.
So I'm happy that I'm in my 3rd year of college. I've been passing all my classes, and I just need one more year. I'm excited to graduate. And I've been editing videos. I feel like I've seen a little difference of my editing, but not a lot. Like, I still need to keep going and growing. That's it.
A career accomplishment that I feel was important, at least to me. For the past, I want to say 5 years or 4, we catered to like this yearly summer thing. They were one of the first few people to hire us when we started doing the drop-off service. So they've definitely seen the evolution of it. I started going to that location with my own personal Toyota Corolla. And I remember the first time that I was hired there, they were like, I accidentally just spilled a little bit of the juice of the Al Pastor on the seat. And it was because I didn't know how to transport the things, and I didn't know it was going to happen. So when I was handing them the trays, they were like, oh, now your car is going to stink up. And so they made like a subtle joke, like, I can't believe you use your car for work. So after that, we started, getting hired continuously by them. And they never tip. Never. So the accomplishment is that finally this year they tipped. They tipped me. And so to me, that was an accomplishment because when, they keep hiring you, I'm very grateful because that means that we're doing something right. And they enjoy the service and everybody raves about it and they look forward to it. So I don't think it's necessary to tip. But then when you have someone that, on top of like hiring you consistently, and then they tip you for one of the years, it means a lot too, because it shows that, they see the hard work that you do. And that day too, like, it was kind of embarrassing because I went by myself. Usually Ismael tries to have somebody come with me because it's a pretty big gathering. And when I bagged the avocados, I put like 3 or 4 bags on the guacamole so that I'm able to transport it and stuff. And I accidentally dropped it on the dirt floor because it's like dirt floor in that area. And I was panicking because, the bag broke. And I was like, oh no, this is terrible. I thought the guacamole was gone. But then I realized, thanks to the fact that I put multiple bags on the guacamole, I was able to like save it. So nothing happened. So I don't know if they were watching that. But the guy was like, oh, you're here by yourself today. And I'm like, yeah. And then we did like small talk, and it's funny because he's the same guy that saw me the first time ever, and then he also saw that now moving forward I have a truck. So he's been, I guess, able to see like the progression or something. And that day I just stayed a little longer to make sure everything was running smoothly, because there was a lot of wind, so the candle lights could, turn off, and they were turning off. So I just stayed and made sure that, I was turning them on.
Yeah, we put the guac to transport in plastic bags so that it fits inside the cooler, and like we can sandwich it or hug it with ice packs, and that way it just maintains freshness. So probably, I assume, since it was multiple layered bag, when it dropped, she picked it up and then she just kind of peeled one bag.
Yeah, and it had 2 more bags on it, so it was fine. But I was panicking because there was people watching, and so I was.
They were probably like, oh.
I know, they were probably worried because, that was a lot of walk, and so never again. I'm never putting that much.
Yeah, those drop-off services are amazing. Would you prefer to do on-site or drop-offs?
Drop-offs.
Because it's like large, it's a big ticket. It's a big sale.
Yeah.
And you just arrive, drop off the food, and leave.
Honestly, I would prefer on-site.
Really?
Because I do the table and somebody else could do the grill for me.
Mm.
So if I ever go on my own, Michael has to hire somebody that knows how to work the grill. Because I will be observing them. I feel like I will work better like that. Me observing them do the job and me doing the table.
You're not doing anything. You're just watching them. I think anyone would do better like that.
To me, the most problematic part is the tortillas.
Oh, for the drop-off?
Yeah, for the drop-off. Because you have to heat them ahead of time, and they're still warm when you arrive, but sometimes they want you to open up the containers. And when you start opening it up, no matter how much flame you have in the bottom, the tortillas are going to start, doing their thing where they change. And it's just like, that's just what happens to tortillas. They start like changing in shape. Sometimes they're cold, sometimes they're.
Yeah, as the drop-off service is intended to be treated like pizza. You order pizza, you arrive. As soon as you get there, you start eating it. And if you don't, then it doesn't mean it's going to taste bad, right? You can always reheat it, or you can eat it when it's a bit kind of warm. But yeah, the chafing dishes doesn't do a good job at keeping everything piping hot until like I would say like until 45 minutes in, and then right there you would have to stir it, and people just wouldn't do it. I know for a fact. And for the tortillas, you just have to flip them, and the ones underneath are nice and warm, and the top ones are starting to get a bit stale. To Lilo's point, I think to our standard it's not the same, but the way the industry as a whole operates is what allows us to be able to do so well with the drop-off service, because everyone serves out of steam containers. Like if you go to Chipotle and you order whatever burrito, like they're grabbing the meat straight out of the steam container. There's literally nothing different from getting it from a chafing dish, right? And then when other taqueros, the majority of the industry operates using the steamers. They cook them all the way, and then they throw them inside the steamer and they serve directly out of it, right? So because the industry as a whole has accustomed people to doing this, that is why the drop-off service works. But yes, I would agree that a bit of the magic is lost, for sure.
I think the meats is fine. Like, I've seen it, and because I've done a lot of drop-offs, so the meat and rice and beans are fine. It's just, to me, the tortillas, and maybe if you have steamed broccoli.
Did you guys see that collab with Tajin and Selena Gomez? What did you guys think about that?
I thought it was cool because I saw our friend Fruit Ninja. He catered a gathering.
For some reason, that collaboration didn't make sense right now. I mean, everybody knows she's engaged. She also had a perfume launch. There's nothing wrong with collaborating with Tajin, but I felt like it was overshadowed by a lot of things that are already happening. They just had a lot going on, in my opinion.
I didn't like the packaging of it. I thought it was basic. I haven't even bought in it. Like, I'm usually a consumer, and I buy makeup products and I try them out. But I have not tried it out. They couldn't come up with something better. Like, another idea to be creative with Tajin.
I also feel like the color of whatever the blush was is very similar to the other tones that she already has out. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
So,
felt like forest.
So just imagine if she would have came out with like a blush highlighter, but the highlighter and the blush itself feels like Tajin texture or looks like Tajin. Makeup shouldn't be always like fancy. It should be creative and like fun and feel like you're reliving your childhood, because I know when we were younger we would play with makeup.
Yeah, when are celebrities gonna collab with us? That's what I want to see. And
I'll be
agua
so
fresca,
excited.
bro.
I want to be in a music video
Palettes of agua fresca.
or in a
Oh, that'd
film.
be cool. Eh? Yeah, we.
Any producers out there who want to cast us?
Yeah.
Even if we're just serving tacos to the actors.
Yeah, I have so much ideas.
Give me one line to say.
I have so much
Lilo, I have so many ideas.
Hailey Bieber sold Rhode to Alef, and she made it worldwide now, I guess, in Ulta Beauty and Sephora.
Comment down below if you're going to go out and buy Selena's Rare Beauty Tajin collab.
The singer, his name is David, and he's a 28-year-old, and he does pop music. He's mostly famous for the Romantics Homicide. Have you guys heard of that song?
No idea.
I guess
I've
it's
never
my
heard of this
generation.
David before today.
I guess that's
What's
my
TikTok?
generation. Michael. Well, basically, the police found a towed car, and it was a Tesla. And the people who were trying to move it, they like smelled something awful around the car, and so they call the police. And they check. They look inside the car, and inside the trunk, there was a dead human body in a bag.
Human remains in a bag. So right now he's on tour. And
Dead
this,
body inside.
yeah, this was found. Do you think it's a setup towards his career, or do you think he had something to do with it? That's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's pretty. Can't really speculate on that. Like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Well,
He's a musician. He's on tour right now. And
Mhm.
he's doing shows, and the vehicle was registered under his name.
Just people on TikTok have been saying that his car was stolen like a week before the incident, and then out of nowhere they found, the car. And right now it says that even though he's in tour, he's still like talking to the authorities. Police have to look into these details, like when did his tour happen and when was he not using the Tesla.
The case is under investigation, but I believe right now he had like a performance in Los Angeles. So,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun.
It genuinely doesn't matter. It's a freaking Tesla. That thing records 24/7, 365.
It's gonna
Case closed.
it's gonna conveniently not have recorded footage. Watch.
Case closed. That
We'll
thing
keep
is
you
gonna get
updated.
solved.
Have
like
y'all
this.
heard about this
Can
story?
he sue Tesla because they broke into the
y'all
car?
heard about this story? Comment down below with your thoughts if you think he's guilty or somebody else did it, and what would be the motive. What do you miss the most about being a kid? I feel like Lilo's still a kid in my eyes.
Knocking on neighbors' doors.
You played Ding Dong Ditch.
Mike, you guys don't know this?
Yeah, when she was a kid, she
I
would go
would
to
go
the neighbors'
And say, hi, I'm
Oh, yeah.
Isaura.
and then my
I
mom,
just moved in.
and my mom's looking for her, like where she's at, and then 5 minutes later, the neighbor's like, "Oh, your daughter's over here."
Oh, since we were talking about tragic stories earlier, I have another one, and it's
Okay.
actually linked with what you just said. I was watching the news with my mom the other night. I think it was yesterday, and someone in Texas shot a kid that played Ding Dong Ditch.
That's
That
crazy.
is, that is sad. That is tragic. I think that's a bit extreme. Do you think?
What the heck has been happening with these stories lately?
Yeah.
It's been a weird week when it comes to crime.
Do you think the guy of the house that shot him should go to jail?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What do you miss most about being a child?
Playing video games.
I think so. I mean, if I had to say something, I would say video games, but not really. Like, I don't miss being a kid. I like being an adult. I prefer to be an adult. Like, I feel like when you're a kid, you're so limited to what you can do. You're extremely restricted. You know, I mean, if you have parents like the ones we did, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just, it's a bad thing. I enjoy freedom. I enjoy the liberty to be able to do whatever the heck I want. Like, tomorrow I can wake up in Europe and no one's going to tell me anything.
Michael, you don't leave the house.
I know.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to be pissed if he leaves us.
You know, I'm telling you, one of these days, you guys are going to wake up and I'm going to be in New York.
That's not true.
I'm going to have lunch and then I'm going to come back casually. Like, nothing happened. Like, where you been?
New York.
Yeah. What about you? What you been doing?
And East Los.
And I feel like everything you can do as a kid, you can do it as an adult, but better. Like, whatever it is that you like, whether it's video games, whether it's music, whatever your hobby is, you can take it to an entirely different level as an adult, because now you have that adult money. You know, so if you like to play with dolls, like, your entire room can be a freaking Barbie paradise. You know?
I disagree with that.
And even instead of you having dolls, you could be the doll for yourself and buy your clothes.
I'm just going to paint my whole house pink, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can.
People do it, but with their cars too.
You can construct
so
your own
selfish
Barbie world.
What? I've seen people put their face on their car wrapped.
I'm not going to do that.
Or not that.
Feel what I miss the most about being a child is...
Nobody cares, Justin.
Playing with dolls. Playing with dolls.
I was a big dreamer. I felt like anything was possible. And so I did play a lot with my toys and stuff, so that I feel like that contribute to that dream world, because, you know, my Barbies could be anything and do anything they wanted. And own anything. Like, they had their cars, they had their houses, some of them were singers, things like in my imagination. And I feel like as I've aged, I've been disillusioned with the workforce, with the world. And I've learned that you can't have high expectations of other people. So I missed, I guess, I don't know, that.
Go get her tissue. No, now that you mentioned that, I guess something that was super cool being as a kid is you're just oblivious to the tragedies of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that's cool. Like
the
now,
innocence.
like, I'm just like, God damn, tomorrow I can die.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think about that when I was a kid, or like a sibling or a parent. As a kid, like, you just wake up like.
The kissing bug disease can cause heart failure and cardiac arrest, also known as Chagas disease. Have you heard of it? Are you concerned? It's now considered an endemic.
It's happening here.
In the United States, yes. The disease, potentially deadly condition transmitted by an insect known as the kissing bug. No, the reason it's called is known as a kissing disease is because when it gives you a bite, your eye gets like swollen, or symptoms of it is swollen eyes, and essentially it leaves like a parasite or something that when you start touching it or itching it, it goes inside the wound and it causes an infection. So a lot of people go undiagnosed with it and they have it in their blood, and it leads to potential problems long term with your health in the future. In Latin America, the estimated 8 million people are infected, but most of them don't know it. The CDC says that it estimates about 45,000 people in LA County already have it.
Imagine there's another quarantine.
I know, that's what I'm worried about.
How would you guys feel about that?
I wouldn't mind. I'm already here every day.
So so 20% of those people infected with Chagas disease will develop serious heart or digestive problems. So Chagas disease can cause an enlarged heart failure, cardiac arrest, enlarged colon, or an enlarged esophagus. If left untreated, it will slowly kill the heart. And it could be diagnosed with a blood test.
Do they have a cure for it?
No, but a lot of the treatment involves like getting a heart transplant from...
There's
How many
already
people you said were infected?
In Los Angeles?
Yeah.
45,000.
And so they're all getting heart transplants?
No.
What are you talking about? Like, you just said that was a treatment.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. It could evolve. I didn't say it happens to everybody. I said some of the potential long-term effects can be heart failure, or enlargement of the heart. To some, it might develop. They don't know the reasonings yet, I would assume.
I don't know. It
Honestly,
sounds like bullshit.
The disease can also be transmitted from a pregnant person to the fetus through organ transplantation and blood transfusion, and through consumption of uncooked food contaminated with the T. cruzi, which is the parasite.
Do you think we're gonna be in another quarantine?
I don't know. As of now, you just have to be aware that this exists.
So how does it spread?
By the bug biting you.
Oh, that's right. So if you have it outside of pregnancy, there's no other way of spreading it?
What do you... No, from my understanding, it's just the bug bites you. Maybe blood transfusions. I just said
How
it.
the fuck is there 45,000 people infected by this then?
Because it's a bug that comes and migrates. And so, like, if it just bites you and you have it.
Yeah, brother. Just the way how a bee stung me out of the blue while playing tennis.
I don't think that's enough. Unless there's like a rampage of bugs migrating to the U.S., why would there be a quarantine?
No, I think
Like, quarantine is something for,
it would
like,
become
highly contagious.
Yeah, it would be something contagious, or if, like, for some reason a bunch of people have the disease and they're falling ill and nothing can be done about it. There's a lady today in the gym's bathroom talking about how she had like a face swollen or something. I was like,
honestly, yeah, I've been really scared going to school and going to the gym without a sweater.
Once a week.
Without a sweater, it doesn't matter.
Information?
One touch of a desk, and do you know the amount of bacteria and disgustness it could cause your skin to react, especially if the human being that sat there before had some kind of disease, brother. So when you come in contact with these dumb diseases, they could affect you even if you're healthy. And
you're really never leaving, huh?
Whenever you touch...
Concern about the desk.
You know what he made me do at the damn gym? He was making me do some weight like that with the barbell. And, like, all I see is him grab my finger and he makes me touch the barbell like this, dragging my finger. I was so disgusted. I could already feel the bacteria on my fingers.
Ever since Lito took a microbiology class and she sampled bacteria, she's been paranoid. But let me reiterate, Chagas disease is not directly contagious from person to person through casual contact like the flu or the cold. However, it can be spread from the pregnant mother to her baby through blood transfusions, organ transplants, and by consuming uncooked food contaminated with the infected bug feces.
Going back to what I was
The most common way people get the disease is from the bite of the infected bug. On a different note, positive in the health world, Russia has a cancer vaccine that achieves 100% efficacy in clinical trials. Enteromix is the vaccine that Russia came up with. Is a personalized mRNA-based cancer vaccine. So it works similar to the COVID-19 vaccine, in where it would target based on like the tumors or the kind of cancer you have. When they inject it on you, it would go against those tumors and help so that it doesn't keep evolving and it eliminates it. So right now, I feel like they've been only testing it on animals and doing like having successful trials. So they're going to progress into experimenting more on larger groups of people and things like that. But that would be insane because it trains the immune system to eliminate cancer cells without serious side effects. So right now, chemotherapy and all that obviously causes a lot of... it's like basically killing the body cells and it's not a good thing. Radiation and all that stuff for the body. If you have a vaccine that can potentially now just eliminate those cancerous cells, that's a big improvement in my opinion.
Yes. It'll save thousands of children.
And billions of dollars will be lost. Billions.
I don't know,
and
because then that
billions
means
and
I feel like
billions
Russia
and
would
billions
be
of dollars will be lost.
Why?
I feel like Russia would be the beneficiary of these
Yeah.
situation, because you would have to pay for that and they could
Mhm.
pinpoint the price.
Like the government would have to make a deal with Russia. You know, I've always wanted to go to Russia.
How much would you all pay for a flying car?
A flying car, $1. Cause you know, 99% chance that I will die. I'm just kidding.
I don't think I would buy one.
Why?
I already don't want to upgrade a vehicle. And the only
I
reason,
want us to keep taking the bus.
You mean Uber?
yeah, I'm enjoying not having a vehicle.
That was a joke.
Life is just better.
No, you don't. You were
That's not
complaining
true.
the
You-
other time on
technically-
TikTok.
Technically, he has a vehicle because he uses the truck all the time.
Looking into the car market and
Mhm.
seeing the price versus what you get,
Mhm.
it is so underwhelming. Like, I don't think vehicles are worth it. I asked myself, yo, if I had $1 million, what vehicle would I get?
Mhm.
And I look at from the luxury, the high end to all the cheap ones, they don't really spark my interest.
Mm.
And so whenever I purchase a
even-
vehicle, like, it'll be because I actually genuinely need it.
Not
Not
even a Porsche.
because I ever since the car accident, like why the heck would I want a vehicle that someone can just smash into smithereens
Well, it
just because
depends
it
on
looks
the,
nice?
I feel like if you have that type of wealth, you wouldn't be in the freeway.
Where would you be then?
In a tunnel.
Like, I think by that certain
In your
level, you
mansion.
could choose to work online depending
And I
on
said
what
$1
you're
million,
doing.
Lilo. That's
So how much do you think a flying car should be worth?
I don't know, but when I'm saying whatever it is, I wouldn't buy it.
I know.
But how
you want a
much
G-Wagon,
is-
don't you?
Huh?
You want the G-Wagon?
Not really.
Lies. You would rave about that. Alef Aeronautics is a company that has been working on creating the flying car.
Mhm.
And it was recently approved that they could test it by the FAA. They are taking pre-orders, and the car's starting point is $300,000.
Oh, hell the fuck no. It's kind of like back in the day when the VHS came out, or the VCR.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $1,000 for a fucking VCR. I think I'll wait until the iPhone comes out. The iPhone of the...
The flying car. The CEO has previously stated that the car was going to be available in 2025. It could take off vertically or horizontally and can carry up to 2 people. It's expected to have a road range of 200 miles and a flying range of 110 miles.
What's the weight limit?
People already
What are the rules on
have-
driving, on flying?
Well, I think that's what they're going to try to establish, but I saw a video and I think, no offense, I was underwhelmed. It just like elevated a bit, looked like it was shaky, and then it went over a car and
That's
then
what
it
I'm
came
saying.
down.
How much pounds
So
are those two individuals
so
have to weigh?
it's just gonna be a hovering vehicle. So you go through the same roads, but just slightly above them.
No, it goes, it flies like this. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it's considered
Did
a
you hear
flying
me?
car. It's electric. And
That would work with our drop-off service if
just-
we were a billion,
Yeah, but I would
company.
just be curious, like,
I think that's
What
one
the
of the
rules
modern
would be?
technologies that we just don't need.
and
Why do you need a flying car?
because of traffic. Imagine in LA, you need to get
Yeah.
to like Burbank in rush hour.
Yep. Or Hollywood.
Okay, if everybody has access to these vehicles. then-
300K, not everybody's gonna pay
I
300.
said
You
if
see-
our company is billions in the
Okay.
billions and you purchase these cars, it would work for the drop-off service 10 times more just carrying our equipment for us to get there.
Well, I wasn't as impressed from this flying car, so I don't know. I don't think I would look into buying it.
I don't
can't.
mind.
I can't afford it.
I
But
wouldn't.
that's another
I'm
thing
fine
you
on
have
the
to be
ground.
worried about. Oh, you're gonna be driving, minding your own business, and a flying car can just
Or a bird.
land on top of you.
Instead of
Oh,
birds
man.
shitting on your cars now, they're gonna be
How would
slamming the
insurance
window.
work? Maybe
yeah,
we should-
prepared for insurance to go up again, guys.
Maybe we should line
That's
up and buy
ridiculous.
the flying car first, because there won't be that many rules.
I guess so. But But how much
And it's like,
the weight limit?
Even if there are rules, like you actually think that people are gonna follow them?
No.
Exactly. Like why would you? Like you're flying.
You think
I
your
would-
weight
if
will
it's
just
just
stay in the
one-
car?
I would 1000% go rogue and then just be like going crazy. Like why would you?
I would feel like an alien.
Yeah, they're
to be
gonna pull
honest
you
with
over. Like, all right, you can pull me over, but after, let me have my fun. And then shoot. I don't think that's gonna work.
Flying car.
Yeah, I think it's still too early.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I think it's too early. I don't like the design either. Kind of reminds me of Teslas.
Yeah, I always thought Elon Musk was gonna come up with that.
Oh, SpaceX supports it. What's the worst food that you've ever had?
One time Michael's all like, "Do you want a burrito from a vendor?" Yeah, sure. Let's just try it. Biggest mistake ever. He goes, "What do you want?" And I was like, "What do they have?" And then he tells me the list. Da, da, da. And I'm like, I wasn't feeling it, so I was just like, you know what? Chicken burrito. They can't go wrong with chicken burrito. I was wrong again. He brings it. I try it. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm.
She didn't finish it. That's when you know something is wrong with the food.
I didn't
'Cause
like it.
Lilo eats.
Yeah, she finishes.
She,
everything.
Lilo
I
loves
was
her food,
disappointed.
and she would finish anything. And when she doesn't, that means something is wrong.
I was disappointed.
Like a lot of
Chicken burrito
Mexican
was awesome.
places, they have too many items in their menu,
Mm.
and it's just sitting around.
Maybe the chicken was already expired.
Yeah, in general, I think chicken is a huge miss at a lot of taco stands, loncheras, whatever.
I feel bad not eating it because, like, it's food. I don't like wasting food.
But I don't think that's what you meant, right, Jocelyn? Like, what is the worst food you have had? So you would say burritos, but that's not true. You're talking about a single
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
or like what is a food type that you've had that you just didn't like?
I meant more of like a food type that you had
Yeah.
and you didn't like, but that could also work because I guess I was vague. Do you have a food that you didn't like?
A food that I didn't like, or a meal that I didn't enjoy?
Both. You could say both.
I think a meal that I didn't enjoy, it happens a lot.
Mm.
It happened yesterday.
Where'd you go yesterday without us?
No, I heated
Oh,
myself.
I thought you were gonna say my chicken breast. I was like, you're
See,
mean.
that was also really dry.
You're an
It was
ass.
super dry. Like I had a piece and I was
So
like,
funny.
I'm gonna make myself a ribeye, and then I overcooked it,
I'm
so
glad
it
you
was
didn't like my chicken
even
breast, so
dry.
I
It was
have it
also
all to
dry. And I was
myself.
like,
I low-key stack on, whenever I eat Jocelyn's chicken, I stack up on my mom's salsas on it.
It's chicken breast. I obviously am not putting any butter in it because of the calories, so
I don't know, because that's the only worst experience I've ever had with food. But
I'm trying
like,
to think of like a food type. Like, is there ever been a food type that I've had that I just didn't enjoy? And I don't think so.
I don't like eating riñón or hígado, like
mm,
liver and kidneys.
Those are the best
Tacos?
things
are those the
No.
ever.
circles that look like
Yeah.
circles? I don't like those either.
And then also the
Delicious
This-
liver.
Those are nasty.
riñón. Mm.
Like, how do you eat those?
Mm.
I don't like eating tripas, tribes, intestines, but I can tolerate more than the liver and the kidney.
How about what's a texture of food that you do not like that you find it odd and weird to
The liver
savor?
and the kidney.
No, that's the taste.
I think
because-
texture's the best.
No, you
Like,
know.
the slimier, the weirder the texture, the better it is.
Damn.
I like that stuff. I think I would say like a food group that I don't enjoy is like anything like pastry or dessert
Really?
that's like really sweet.
Mm.
And I feel like there's a lot of foreign nations that have weird pastries.
Mm.
Like the taste of it, like it's just off, or they're just really sweet.
Mm.
I don't know if it's weird the right word. I just think
It's weird.
no. Weird is not the right word.
For the texture, for me, it would be menudo. That skin, I could eat it, but when I think about it too much in my head, I'm like, I can't eat it no more because of the texture. I'm just like,
What about when
am
it
I
has
eating?
hair?
Oh no!
Michael, now I'm not gonna be able to eat it.
You never seen
already-
it when it has like those little hairs?
I already try not to eat pork in general, so
Yeah, like
it looks like spikes.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like the texture of it, I just can't. Like when I'm eating it, I'm like, okay, I'm eating it, and then I look at it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't eat it no more because it looks like that. Like, what am I eating? What am I chewing?
Skin. Fat.
Wait till you wake up on a Sunday morning hungover as hell. We'll see.
Would you say
if
that's
you don't
the
want
best meal
Yeah.
for a hangover?
I wouldn't say it's the best, but it just makes you feel better. Next week, the Fed is scheduled to cut rates, and that is flipping exciting. I'm beyond curious to see how the market is going to respond to that.
Can you explain it to
because-
me?
Yeah, when you know what a rate cut is, like interest rates just go down. So mortgages, loans, any kind of loan, borrowing money just becomes cheaper. And so that essentially turns into oxygen for the economy, and it stimulates it. Right? So people or investors are more inclined to pour money into riskier assets. Every time that there's a rate cut, crypto responds well, the S&P responds well. If you're interested in purchasing homes, there's less rates, so that brings in more buyers for people who are trying to sell homes and people who are trying to buy them.
How about in locations for like restaurants and stuff?
Like in general, it stimulates it.
Mm.
So in terms of restaurants, that means people will have more money.
Mm.
And to put things into perspective, let's say you open up a credit card and you have like 29, or you're trying to borrow money and they give you like an 8% loan.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a rate cut, it's less. Like they're basically going to pump the market, and that's a good thing.
You think crypto is gonna go?
It's scheduled to. And that's what I'm waiting. And
Maybe
so
that's why.
next week, it is scheduled for that. They're going to do it, and I'm curious to see how the market is going to respond to that.
Interesting. I did see your article, or briefly, that said that mortgage rates were down. So,
Because nobody's buying?
no, they just brought them down. I don't know. People are buying houses,
Are you going to buy a house if
but
the
I'm not a
interest
real
rate
estate, so
is
I'm
down?
an agent.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing, that there's so much.
That could change.
Yeah.
Mm. Is there a risk if you get it when the interest rate is down? And then...
The only risk is, the whole idea whenever you purchase a home is, are you able to meet the monthly payments?
Mm-hmm.
So the bank is only going to give you a loan according to your income
Mm-hmm.
and what you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not going to give you a $2 million home when you're making minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so first you got to look at what it is that you're spending. In long term, I guess the rate doesn't really matter,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes housing more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you get a $800,000 loan with like a 7% interest rate or an 8% interest rate, your monthly mortgage can be around $5,000. And so, or more, or even $6,000. I don't know what the exact number is, but if you were to get that same house for 4% or 5%, your monthly mortgage can be anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000
Mm-hmm.
for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it becomes easier to qualify for homes, and that means more buyers are going to come in, so that means the value of the houses are going to go up potentially, and stocks are going to go up, and crypto is going to go up. But that's crazy because
Even stock market?
yeah, that's crazy because like we're already at all-time highs in the stock market. It makes sense for crypto because we're in a 4-year cycle and we haven't had a massive bull run.
Mhm.
So hopefully this does stimulate that. But it's kind of curious to see how things would go.
Mhm.
Because technically that also means that inflation is going to get worse.
Mm.
So that just means that, everyday life will be more expensive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that I still haven't really understood entirely. A lot of things are on sale.
Oh, do you know why? Well, what type of sales? Like in food or in like
Yeah.
anything? Okay.
Because I'm sticking like in regards to food.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're getting expired soon.
No.
I learned that in school yesterday.
Well, I don't care what your professor told you.
No, for real. They're getting expired soon, and
you
that's
can't
why they
sell expired food.
It's not expired. It's going to get expired soon. Listen to my sentence.
No.
Soon. And so
that means it's expired, Lilo.
No.
Like
Food has a certain packaging life, shelf life, and when the store is trying to get rid of it, they sell the specials.
What's going on? It's weird. Like life in general seems to be more expensive.
Yeah.
But like for example, when I go purchase a box of avocados, it's still like $50, $55. That's not expensive for 60 avocados.
What's the most you paid for an avocado box?
Like 110.
That's expensive.
And that was during COVID. I remember that. Like we're talking about right now, high inflation, and back then a box of avocados almost went to double the price. And then so for example, last week we catered 2 gatherings on Saturday, and when I went to purchase like all the veggies and stuff, I spent $50 for like onions, cilantro, tomatoes, the usual things that we use, limes, jalapenos, tomatillos, and I spent $50. I was like, this is so cheap. The cilantro, some of the stem, they were at the grocery store, they were 3 for $1. Like, I think the most expensive I seen it back in, like I seen it at 2 manojos, 2 stems for $1, or maybe even 1 for 75 cents. But right now, 3 for $1.
I think it also depends what grocery store you go to.
I don't know what it is. Like, people just don't know how to shop or anything. I don't know how to shop. Like, I just go in.
Mom knows how to shop.
And
do you think going to Trader Joe's, you've learned how to shop in there? Because it's expensive.
I think there's certain
I don't
things.
think Trader Joe's is like an example of a good grocery store, because they have a lot of like frozen and prepagged snacks and foods.
Well, I'm just asking if, because
I wouldn't buy. Sometimes I get their fruit there. Sometimes just because they have exotic seasonal things, and it just seems like they're more like the quality is a little different. When you go to like Mexican markets, they have like fruit that's already molded. And so I like to get when the fruit is on its prime, I guess.
Yeah, they're saying some grocery stores, they like chop, like if there's apples that are ripe, they chop them up and repackage them in a different way and upsell them.
And then
they could add like food coloring to them.
They cut the packages in half. One time I think I bought like a sour soup or whatever that's called, and it was cut in half, and it was already like very ripe, and that means I think I don't know what they did to the other side. Sure. But also like certain vegetables, I've noticed it just depends where you go and where you go. But you could find good deals like that he's talking about, the 3 cilantros for $1 or so.
I know it's
you can't find that at Whole Foods. You won't find that at Erewhon.
I know a good example. When we went to Sprouts and you wanted the almond milk, it was less there than in Trader Joe's. So
it depends on like where you go, because at Sprouts they had like the sale where the almond milk that I buy was you buy one and you get one half off. I go to Rolf's and it was like the same price, like $8 or so. And over there it was like 4 something, and then if you bought it half off, you got it like $2 or so. Yeah. So you just need to, I don't know, be aware of the prices and.
I guess know where to shop, but.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's happening. Like, it's been since 2023. I have been very, very defensive and analyzing the
Of where
market.
to shop, or
Like just how the market is doing, like the economy and stuff. And I noticed that I have noticed a bit of a slowdown, but everything keeps going up, but certain things are cheaper. What do you guys think about the economy? Is everything expensive? Are things cheap? Or are certain items on sale because businesses aren't selling and so suppliers have more of it? Like, what is going on? Where is all this pressure coming from? Let us know in the comment section your thoughts. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like the podcast, comment, tell your friends about us.
subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe, please.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
And let us know what you guys think about the new sound. Jocelyn was beyond excited to share this with you guys today.
I think I'm gonna try this with my ASMR.
You should do ASMR.